and welcome to this video. Over the past week or so, you're probably thinking, Astro gave up on his YouTube channel again, didn't he? To that I say, surprise, motherfucker.
Dolphin.
We're not saying that. We're not swearing in this video. We're trying to keep this as family friendly as possible. We want the widest audience. We don't want a select audience. What are you talking about? This is my YouTube channel. I can say whatever I want. Here's how it's going to be. I'm just going to get every swear word that you say, and then I'm going to cut that word out and replace it with a different word, even if it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because we really need the ratings. We really need people to subscribe and like our videos, okay?
Light bulb.
You. Now, to be serious, the reason why I haven't posted a video in like 8 or 9 days is because I've been having quite a lot of technical issues. I was using Final Cut Pro for most of my video editing, but then due to a little issue, it failed on me and I can no longer use it. So let's go back about a year or so. I had no computer to edit anything and I was just using programs that I found on my phone or my iPad. I wanted something a little bit more powerful to use and I just didn't have a computer at all. So I went looking for a computer. I found a nice guy in Melbourne who I bought his computer for a little over $1,000 and it was a MacBook Pro, and he even installed a bunch of programs that he owned such as Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Photoshop, all the kind of stuff that I would need to use as both a student and a video editor. It was perfect. He even installed Windows 10 on a separate partition so that I could do things on Windows. The thing that I was most excited about was the fact that he downloaded a very good editing program called Final Cut Pro 10. I absolutely love it. It is a great program. It's made by Apple, but it costs a lot of money and you can only use it on a Mac. So I was very grateful that I got that program and I used it all the time. The issue that it gave me was the fact that it was an older version of Final Cut Pro 10 and that it was under his name. I didn't legally own it. He had the account details. To upgrade really expensive programs such as these from Apple, you need to sign into your Apple ID and verify your account, and then you can get the latest version without any issue. You don't need to pay extra money or anything like that. Of course, I didn't have his account details, so I was stuck with an older version of Final Cut Pro 10. I was very grateful that I had the program at all, so I didn't really care that I couldn't get the latest version. I was happy with what I had. But then the issue came, the real issue. I upgraded my Mac's OS to the latest version. The older version of Final Cut Pro isn't supported on the latest Mac OS. I was stuck with software that would not run on my operating system, and that's basically the end of the story. I cannot use Final Cut Pro 10 because it is not compatible, and I can't upgrade it to a compatible version because I don't have the account details. So now I just have a program that doesn't do anything and is useless to me. I didn't have enough money to buy it outright. It's $500. I don't have $500 to spare on an editing program. I did what most people would do. Find a cheap or a free program. As a young teenager, as you do, I experimented with a little bit of iMovie, and it was very enjoyable to use. It was simple, but it worked. So I had to go back to iMovie, and it felt very bare bones and basic, and I kind of hated that. Then, about a week ago, I tried to export one of my videos. It wouldn't export. Now, if you don't know what that means, basically, you have all your random files that make up your video and you put them all together, and then your editor exports them into one file that you can upload onto YouTube. But I couldn't get that one file. I stayed up until 1 AM in the morning trying to get it to export. I went onto support communities trying to find an issue. I looked up the error message and I found the answer to why the error message was coming up. So I tried to fix a problem. It still wouldn't export and I was just frustrated. It was 1 AM in the morning, and so I gave up on iMovie and I deleted that too. I was stuck with no editor, and that's why I haven't had any videos for about a week. So I was back to the drawing board and I was like, I need to find yet again another free program that I can use. Now, in my last video that I published, I talked about DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve is mostly used for color grading, which is basically, adding shadows, changing the colors and the hues. It sounds basic, but it's actually quite advanced stuff. And You may not know, and I didn't explain in my previous video, but you can actually do video editing in DaVinci Resolve. I knew that you could do that, but I didn't realize just how extensive it was. So after seeing a couple of videos and reading a couple of documents, I realized that DaVinci Resolve could actually do what I need to do for my video editing. So now I only have to use one program. I use DaVinci Resolve to edit, and I use DaVinci Resolve to color grade. It's actually turned out better than it ever was. And it's free. And it's legal. I didn't illegally download it. It is a free program. And the only reason why it's free is because there's a paid version which you have to use if you're a professional due to a couple of little features that it gives you. But to a rookie, the free version is just mind-blowing. It's so professional. I recommend DaVinci Resolve even more than I did in my previous video. So if you're into video editing, you will need to download it. It will work on most computers that are semi-decent or have a good graphics card or a good CPU. Anyway, that's about it for today. I just wanted to explain why I haven't been able to upload my videos. Thank you for watching, and I will be making more content. I'm going to be doing a desk/studio tour. I basically make all these videos in my room, but I want to go through all the gear that I use and the video editing that I do and things like that. So watch out for that video, which will be coming soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.